Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today I had to go up in my attic to get some pools down for my son's birthday party. And those in the field of having to do anything in attics, I applaud you, because it was a solid 160 degrees. I don't know what the actual temperature was, but I was up there a whole 2 minutes, and I work in the heat every day. That attic, that's something else. But on to the important stuff. Today we're going to be looking at the Amazon tool deals for the week. These are going to be tools that are either on sale, tools that even at their full price or list price I believe to be good deals, or items I find interesting and would like your guys' input on. All of the tools that we go over today will be linked down in the description for you guys with their own independent link, and then I'll have two additional links that say tools and tools continued. That's going to take you to a long list of tools that I've went over in the past or other tools that I suggest, so that's all there for you guys. First up, we're looking at the Craftsman 4-piece precision hook and pick set. This is at $9.98, down from a list price of $11.50. A little bit of savings here. I've went over a couple of really good pick set options in the past. A couple of the USA made ones were the channel locks as well as the Tecton set. They both have picks this size made in the USA. There are much cheaper options. If you're just looking for the cheapest pick set out there, Harbor Freight has a very, very cheap pick set. You can also find very, very cheap pick sets on Amazon, no name brand ones. But if you're looking for something with a name brand, maybe something with a little bit of comfort, or maybe you're just looking for the brand that you enjoy, there are quite a bit of options out there. But this one being at $10, I don't think it's not a fantastic deal, but it's not a bad deal. I'm not a big Craftsman fan. I stay away from a lot of the Craftsman stuff, but every once in a while when you find a deal, you can find some pretty decent stuff. Once again, I don't think this is fantastic, but I don't think it's a bad deal either. I think it's a good little pick set, 4-piece set. They got the comfort handles, dual material. Looks like you get a straight 45, 90, and then you get a hook. It does state that these are, the country of origin is the USA. Sometimes you will find things on Amazon that says made in the USA that aren't made in the USA, unfortunately, or it may have been a product that used to be made in the USA but isn't anymore, and sometimes that can be very disappointing. And just reading through some of the reviews, I did find a couple people mention that it says country of origin on the listing, but on the packaging when they received it, it was made in China. So unfortunately, I don't think these are made in the USA. I still don't think it's a bad deal. Any cheap pick set you get out there is going to most likely be China or Taiwan. You can get some good USA made ones for not much more. So really, I'm just mentioning this if you're somebody that enjoys Craftsman, or maybe you like this handle design. It is on sale right now. This has 4.8 stars at 1,398 ratings, so it is rated highly and rated a lot. So if you guys want to know some of the other pick sets that I may recommend, please let me know down in the comments. Next up, we're looking at a product that I really enjoy. This isn't the specifics. I couldn't find the specific set that I have because I bought it many years ago, but it's these wireless remote control outlets, and I also have a 5-piece set. You can get them singles, or you can get them, with tons. This one has 5, just like the set that I bought. The shape's a little bit different. You can get them in various different styles as well. Some are like low profile. Here you can see this one is a much shorter design. I don't know if that's just the remote control, like maybe the sensors on the larger ones are better. Maybe these are a little bit better at handling, or maybe they have a higher rating as far as the wattage that they can handle compared to some of the smaller ones. I haven't really looked into that, but I've had mine for quite a while, and I've been very, very pleased with them. I run a lot of stuff in my house on them because I live in a house that was built in the 70s, and a lot of the rooms don't have overhead lights. They have the outlets that are powered by the switches on the wall, so it's kind of annoying. You got a lamp that powers, or supplies light for the room, and then sometimes I don't like the light plugged into that outlet wherever that may be in the room, so I put my lamp on a different outlet that isn't controlled by the switch by the door, so then I have to walk through the room. So I bought these, and I have one of the remotes mounted next to the switch on the wall, and I just simply can turn the lamp or whatever it may be on from right there at the door using whatever outlet I want in the house. Then I also have like my shop fan on one, and I have the other remote on my desk, so now my fan is on, And then I also have my shop lights, my big shop lights, my 4-foot shop lights, all powered on these as well, and it works fantastic. Saves me from getting up. I have access to basically anything that I need to power with these outlets. They're super easy. You can relearn them if you need to. These are $27. There is a 10% coupon on these. They have 4.7 stars with 16,979 ratings, so rated very highly and rated a lot. I think that's a really good price, especially for a set of 5 and 2 remotes. And like I said, there's tons of other ones available. Like this one's just a single one for $11, down from a list price of $20. That's not really a great deal. 3 of them for $17, 5 of these smaller ones for $26. There are tons and tons of them. This is very similar to the one that I own, so I figured I'd mention it, and it's just something extremely handy, whether it's something you could get use out of in your house or in the shop or garage. I think they're very, very versatile and very handy. Next up is something very basic, but if you work on cars a lot, this is something that you always have to keep in mind is what you're wearing. Like if you wear button-up shirts, you got to be careful of the buttons. If you, your pants, the button may be metal. That's something to be aware of. If you wear a belt, a lot of the time the front clasp is metal, and a lot of times we find ourselves leaning over cars, rubbing up against cars. Even when you use a fender cover, things like that, you still find yourself away from it, and there is a pretty good possibility of scratching or denting it with your belt buckle, even if you wear just a standard belt. And this is considered a mechanic's belt, and this one I owned back in 2015 to 2018 time frame, and it held up very well for the years that I had it. And that was when I was going to college and also on the race team, and the belt held up very well, very easy. It's a very low profile belt. As you can see, all of the metal is stitched inside of the leather, so you don't have to worry about any of metal protruding from the belt itself. And overall, I was really happy with it. The price is going to vary depending on the size needed. There you can see it does have a size chart, and this is a Dickies belt. But if you're looking for something to possibly prevent yourself from doing damage to your own personal vehicle, or if you work on other vehicles, this is definitely a belt that I've owned for many years and really enjoyed. So I figured I'd at least mention it to you. Just looking at a large, it is at $18.63, down from a list price of $20.42. This has 4.5 stars at 13,154 ratings. So yet again, another product that is rated very highly and rated a lot. And then last up is one that isn't, it's on sale, but I'm not mentioning it because it's on sale. I'm mentioning it because this is the first time I've seen this. I don't know if this is a brand new tool. I haven't had the time to actually look up to see when this was released. I don't know if this has been out a long time and I just haven't seen it, or if this is a fairly new release. It does have 4.9 stars, but only 50 ratings, so I feel like that is a sign of it being a newer tool. So if you guys know when this was released, please let me know down in the comments. But these little band file belt sanders are fantastic. Back when I did carbon fiber work, I used these all the time. Not a cordless one, so I can definitely see. I used a pneumatic one. I can definitely see where this would be extremely handy, especially if you do any kind of custom work, or even outside the automotive field. These are fantastic, but it is a little pricey at $215. It is on sale from a list price of $280. I want to say that's not too far off of what I paid for my Dewalt 3-inch cutoff tool. I want to say that was $180 at the time, and then shortly after I bought it, you could get it for like $130 or $140. So while I think this is going to be a fantastic tool, because I know there are only a couple others that I know about that are cordless belt sanders like this, and like I think Milwaukee has one. There are a couple others, but I definitely think this is going to outperform, just kind of like how the Dewalt 3-inch cutoff tool I think is a much better design over the Milwaukee one. I think this is also going to be a huge improvement over it, but only time will tell. It is rated highly, but not very much. It is I I believe to be a newer tool. So you're going to get the band file, a couple of sanding belts, a belt clip, and a side handle, variable speed dial. Okay, that's kind of nice. So instead of just being a variable speed trigger, you can also set the max speed on it as well. And then you also have a variable speed trigger. Brushless motor, rotatable LED, that's kind of nice depending on the angle that you're working with the band file as well. Tool-free belt change, 173 degree rotating arm, changeable contact arm, tool connect, chip ready, chip sold separately. That's not a big deal to me, but I think they've done a really good job coming up with this design. I don't think 214 is terrible, but I definitely think we're going to see the prices drop, just like the 3-inch cutoff tool, which it might take a little bit of time, but I think we are going to see this, hopefully around the 170s. That would be really nice, but only time will tell. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. I think it's definitely a good addition to the lineup. I'm not against any tool brand. I'm not one specific tool brand. I do run 2 different tool brands, Milwaukee M12 lineup and the Dewalt 20-volt lineup. I love both of them. I don't hate on either one of them. I just like to see when they come out with new tools and they keep improving upon each other, and I think that's great for everybody. So that is it as far as this week's Amazon tool deals. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Keep in mind, all of these are linked down in the description for you guys, as well as those 2 additional links. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.